Hi, I'm Alexandra Harbushka, founder of Life With Herpes, and today we're going to talk about what it's like to give your partner herpes after you've disclosed. When we're first diagnosed with herpes, one of the biggest fears that we have is transmitting herpes to a potential partner. So when we're first diagnosed, we're in pain physically, we're in pain emotionally, we can't sit down, like there's just so much going on. And we go to the next level of like, how am I gonna get through this? How am I gonna date someone? I don't wanna give this to anybody. I don't want anybody to feel the same way I feel. And those are completely valid feelings, right? I mean, you're in pain, I get it. But here's something I want you to think about. Most likely with your diagnosis, it wasn't your choice. And when I say it wasn't your choice, meaning that your partner either didn't know he or she had herpes, or they decided not to tell you. So meanwhile, you did make the choice to have sex, yes, but you maybe didn't have the choice to say, oh, I'm gonna have sex with a partner who has herpes. So moving forward, the best thing that you can do, like we're talking about here today, is you've already told your partner and now you've given your partner herpes. So that's number one. That probably takes out a lot of the anger for the partner, is that you have now told your partner. Okay, this is really good news. You've told your partner you have herpes, and so now it takes a lot of the weight off of like that over, just that concern, right? That fear, that anger. This person can't necessarily be angry at you because they've now made the decision. So for example, in my personal relationship with my husband obviously knows I have herpes. Duh, that's what I do. That wouldn't be good if he didn't know. So he obviously knows that I have herpes. He knows I have oral herpes and he knows that I have genital herpes. So with that being said, he makes the conscious decision to kiss me. He makes the conscious decision to have sex with me. He's making that decision. Now he trusts me, so if I feel like I have something going on or potentially an outbreak or a tingle or an itch or something, I disclose that to him and let him know, but I also give him the choice. So in this situation, it is his decision. So once you have disclosed this to your partner, it is his or her decision. You can't take on that guilt or you can't make the decision for them. So they've been a big girl, big boy, whatever you want to say, and they've made that decision. Now, one of the things that I think is really important for two people to discuss, or multiple people, however your relationship is, but you can discuss what methods you want to use to prevent transmission. So are you always going to use condoms? Are you always going to be taking an antiviral? I mean, these are things you can discuss. Or you say, no, you know what? We're not going to do any of it. We're just going to rely on communication. And hey, if I get it, I get it. So those are things that you really can talk about. And again, have these conversations. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. But the more you can communicate this with your partner, the less of the blow it is potentially that like, oh my gosh, I just gave my partner herpes. The example I like to use, and if you've been on my support group calls or if you're in the secret society, you've heard me use this example before, is that I like to use the example of a car. So you as a responsible driver, you get your oil changed, you get new tires, you rotate them, make sure there's air in your tires, make sure you have brakes, make sure that you're not, driving under the influence. You buckle your seatbelt, like all these things that responsible drivers do. You have car insurance, you stop at stoplights, stop at stop signs, you don't speed, whatever. So in that potential, there is still a potential for a car accident, right? You could stop at the stoplight, or you could go through the stoplight at a green light and another car could hit you. So you could potentially stop and the car doesn't stop behind you, or you go through the green light and the car runs the red light. So here you are doing everything you possibly can to be the responsible, safe driver. And boom, someone hits you out of the corner. Same thing with herpes diagnosis. You can do everything you possibly can to prevent transmission to your partner. I get it. I don't want to give my husband herpes either. I get it. But at some point, it's out of your hands. It's out of your control, right? At some point, you have to realize I made that conscious decision to get into that car. I made this conscious decision to have sex with this person. So on the flip side, if you do give your partner herpes, which it is going to happen at some point, down the road, right? That's how the virus keeps spreading. Just know that you gave that partner the opportunity to make the decision, and you got to take that guilt off of you. All right, I hope this helps. I know this is could be easier said than done. I understand that, but just know that if you've done everything on your end, then it is off your plate. You're just there to comfort and support and walk him or her through that. All right, I would love to see you in the next video. Also, I didn't talk about the Secret Society. So it is the online community for people living with herpes. It is a monthly membership. It's less than a venti Starbucks. So, super affordable. We have 24-hour hand-holding. Basically, it's an online support group. And we meet twice a week on Mondays, and we have support group calls. So I am there live with you, and I am in the community. So it is a great opportunity to meet people all over the world, find support, and get through this awful diagnosis. All right, love to see you soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.